concern is, our children, our safety, because those are future leaders. Lived here, again, like I said, all my life, and I love Chatsworth because it's at the end of the valley and it's quiet, and there's still more animals than traffic, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing because I cannot say no to anybody. So anytime you need something done, I'm your gal. So thank you.
Mark E. Lavash. No. Spencer A. Goldbeck. And I was notified after this went to print, so write in A, middle initial, it'll appear on the ballot that way.
Hello, my name is Spencer A. Goldbeck and I'm running for Chatsworth Neighborhood Council. I've lived in Chatsworth since 2007, and although I've only recently started getting involved in the community, I have seen the things that can be improved on for the sake of all residents. That is why I have made it my mission to clean up the community. In recent years, there has been a growing homelessness population here in Chatsworth and in the rest of the greater Los Angeles area. While I don't claim to have all the answers for this epidemic, I do have a few ideas on how to improve the situation. I want to work with programs like the Los Angeles Homeless Outreach Program to help get homeless people off of the streets and rehabilitated back into society. The truth of the matter is that there are an estimated 50,000 homeless people living here in LA. We need to take steps to help get these folks off the streets. Another concern I'd like to focus on is the dirty needle crisis here in Chatsworth. If you weren't aware, many community members are risking their health by going around and picking up dirty needles dropped by some drug-addicted people living here in Chatsworth. Although I understand the desire to clean up one's community, and I appreciate it, by the way, it only takes one prick to contract diseases like HIV and hepatitis. On top of that, after exposure shots can cost upwards of $2,000, according to Vox. Although I understand that some may be worried that drug-addicted people will be incentivized to break into these disposal centers, this is not really a concern. There are a multitude of needle exchange programs here in LA, and as of 2015, it is legal for pharmacies to sell non-prescription needles. This, paired with the HIV and hepatitis awareness campaigns going on around Los Angeles, makes people much less likely to seek out dirty needles. These issues I'm trying to solve require a lot of community support and care. That's why I have partnered up with Renee Grace Rodriguez, another community stakeholder, neighborhood council candidate, and friend. I have also gained the support of Senior Lead Officer of LAPD's Topanga Division, Sean Dinsey. Most of all, though, I need the support of you folks. It's like our great president, Woodrow Wilson, once said, "We cannot be separated in interest or divided in purpose. We stand together till the end." Thank you.
Okay. All right, next up is Summer Walters. She is ill. She was to send in a statement for us to read, but it hasn't been received yet, so we may bring that back in a couple minutes. Steve Columbus.
Good evening. I grew up in Northridge, went to school, graduated from Pierce College, bachelor's from Sonoma State, and when my wife and I looked to move to get some horses, Chatsworth, because as a child, I spent a lot of time here crawling over the rocks at Stony Point North, and when I moved back here, we came in from CME one day, and I saw those condos that are shielded by it. It was just really appalling. I spent a lot of time over at Chatsworth Park South, and I was a member of a group that over 50 years ago, we thought we preserved it. There was a big battle over it, whether we were going to protect it. And from the back of my horse, I can barely make out a single stagecoach rut now. So that's pretty disappointing. I've been former Chatsworth Neighborhood Council board member, equestrian committee chairman, member of the land use committee. My main focus is the horses, trails, horse keeping zoning rights, sensible land use that's consistent with the community, not a one-size-fits-all type of zoning that we're facing right now. If you're wondering what kind of projects we might be seeing, if you go down Winnetka, across from the theaters, where the old Los Angeles Times building was. You'll see it one under construction right now.
30.
Wow. Okay. I've been a member of CERT. I responded to the train crash 10 years ago. There were 6 of us who were given a commendation, including Andre. And probably one of my worst days of my life. So one of the, we talked about, we've been talking about homelessness. I kind of look at this problem as a 3-legged stool. If we provide safe zones for
Come friends, come friends. All right, Mark Cox.
You save the best for last. How's everybody, good? Need to get up and stretch. Do some martial arts. So my name is Mark Cox. If you don't know me, I'm the one that owns the martial arts school on the corner of Canoga, Devonshire. I'm the guy that breaks the bricks at Christmas parade that Nick helps put on. And I've been serving on the community for a while now, so if you know, you'll see me at Lawrence Middle School. I'm kind of a security guy when I'm wearing my glasses out there. But the days I work, nobody shows up. I don't know why that is. I'm hard to hide, so unfortunately, that's the way it goes. I've got some other work I want to continue on doing. That's why I decided to go ahead and run again. I've got, I've started this homeless thing and help chair that thing. And I think we got some more business to do there. I'd also like to try and get some more of that Chatsworth train back at Christmas time. I'd like to do some more community involvement that way. There's not much more. I started my school in 1990 here on Lassen and DeSoto. That's when I started my martial arts school. I moved to this corner in 1999, and I have lived in Chatsworth since 1987. I'm a single dad. I've got 4 kids, and one's married now. So, no, I'm not a grandpa yet. But other than that, I work hard. And I do things under the radar. As far as homeless go, I took a homeless right off the street. She stays at my business now. I took her and her dogs right off the street. So I don't talk about doing stuff with homeless. I do it, just so you know. Okay? All right?
Summers, can you take your phone from 1990 and pull back up for me?
See that?
She's mean. Honey badger.
You're fired.
So,
Edit that.
so this is Summer Walters, who is ill tonight, and this is her statement. Read by Cher.
Read by me, again. I was Dan, now I'm Summer. I apologize for not being present. I understand how important this meeting is. I have come down with a horrible cold and did not want to subject any of you to my germs. I moved to Chatsworth in 2010 from the South Bay and instantly fell in love with the people I've met. Beautiful open spaces, small town vibe, and have a close to home appreciation for the equine community. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Equine, tomato, tomato. I've planted roots here with one child attending school in our city, have a new daughter whom will be attending school here in the years to come, and my significant other and I have a small automotive business in our community. I come from a medical background where I was crew chief for an ambulance company for 13 years that was primarily medical transportation for the Los Angeles County Fire Department, and spent 4 years working the emergency room at a local hospital. Since moving here, I have involved myself in cleanups, fought the DWP to keep the nature preserve a safe place for wildlife and our migratory birds, assisted with replacing seedling oak trees with the Sky Valley Volunteer Project, supported small businesses, and most importantly, helping preserve the Chatsworth open space by fighting over development. If elected, I would be very open-minded, consider all opinions of my fellow community members, and fight my hardest to make and keep Chatsworth safe. If elected to the CNC, I would do my best in trying to preserve and continue to do the above mentioned, as well as work to find a happy middle with our obvious issues with the homeless transient population, work with law enforcement to try and decrease crime and increase safety for our children. As hard as it is to pick just a few, I believe Chatsworth's biggest issues are crime, the influx of transients, and overdevelopment causing traffic nightmares and infringing on our beautiful open spaces, making it harder for our equestrian community to find safe and beautiful places to ride. Thank you for considering me for Chatsworth Neighborhood Council. I promise not to let you down. Summer Walters.
Sure.
I won't steal it, I promise.
All right, so let's give a hand to all of our candidates. That's just for stepping up to the plate to run, to participate, and for their opening statements. Now we have, looks like a dozen or more questions have been submitted, and we have a little committee here that's working the group together. We have 17 candidates here in person, so we may be able to get through 4 different topics. So with that, I will turn it over to the selection committee. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix it up. First, we'll start at this end and work this way. And then we'll start, somewhere in the middle and work around so that no one, different people start first and different people are last.
Okay,
So,
so I'm gonna
sorry.
do something a little different because I have questions for the incumbents and then I have questions for the new people. So whoever is trying to return, that'll be directed towards you guys, you know who you are. And then the other question is for the rest of them. And I love seeing that we have young people out here, so thanks for joining. I know how scary it is. To the people who have been on the CNC before, why do you want another term? So when we go down the line, you know who you are, Mr. Hammond. And for the others, because I see a bunch of new faces here, what have you done in and for Chatsworth in the last year, not just since applying for a seat on the CNC? Where do we want to start?
I'm gonna start there.
Mark?
And 1 minute. Okay.
1 minute's good.
Okay, 1 minute.
Did you ask, is there 2 questions or 1?
One.
Yours
Why
is
do you
your
want
turn.
this
So we want to know why you want another term.
Oh, why I want another term? Because I have unfinished business.
There you go.
That's why.
Next. Reason I want to return is, things have gotten worse, not better since I've left, and, I see, us losing trails and the trail north of the freeway on Canoga, it's been closed, and it's gotta get reopened. That would be one of my big priorities.
Everybody speak up. You're further away, so please speak up as much as you can.
name again,
Yeah.
please.
Say your name.
My name's Steve Columbus.
All right, Spencer.